Happy Friday the 13th. I just wanted to do a quick Q&A on some questions I received on Facebook and on Instagram, so let's get started. I decided to start this channel just because I wanted to be able to reach a larger audience than I am on Instagram. Not everybody has an Instagram account, and when you're trying to figure out how to do something, you're not gonna go search through hashtags to find specific things that you need. Not everyone has the certifications that they need to be teaching or speaking about something, and if you need any kind of motivation or inspiration for a back workout, you can type, hashtag back workout on Instagram and get a whole bunch of selfies and not really any back workouts. So I just decided to start posting my fitness content on YouTube just so I can reach a bigger audience and more people can search for the things that they need without having to dig through a whole bunch of pointless posts with whatever it may be. I see it taking me, I don't know, like I don't really show my personality through my Instagram posts. Like I write, rarely do I ever talk about the things that I'm going through, and if I do, it's on a story and it's very short. It's only 24 hours long, so I just thought, like, why not have all the good stuff posted and for long periods of time. I guess you can get a little bit of my personality, but that's if you watch my story, and most stories I watch, I don't completely watch them. I kind of just like click through, like that's just me being honest. I would say that motivation and discipline go hand in hand and they kind of coexist with each other, but I would describe them as the same thing. And how this applies to living an active and healthy lifestyle, I would just say that you need motivation and you need discipline. You can't have one without the other. And if you're lacking in motivation, you probably don't really have much discipline either. So that's just how it is. Or if you're struggling with motivation and you have the discipline, like you have half of the problem solved. The fact that I can be one day closer to than what I was before is what keeps me motivated. If I take pictures of myself every day, um, I will be able to see like little to like no progress. But if I take a picture um, every 2 weeks or every month and I see small changes in my body or I feel small changes in my body, that's something for me to be proud about. So um, little little victories here and there, or even large victories, that's what keeps me motivated. How long have you been married and how did you meet? I've been married for almost 4 years now, and I met my husband while serving in the United States Marine Corps. So we have what's called leadership traits and leadership principles. So JJ did tie buckle. Google if you don't know what it is. It's a short acronym for the things that every Marine should have. And the leadership principles are pretty much like a set of rules that every Marine has, especially if they're in any kind of leadership position. And that starts from private all the way to, sergeant major on enlisted side. And my leadership principle that has always stuck with me is to know yourself and seek self-improvement. If I know that I am lacking in something or I suck at something, in the most nicest way possible to say, if I suck at something, I'm not going to ignore it every single day and then just hope that one day like I'm miraculously good at it. I personally suck at running. I have asthma. I just found this out a couple months ago, and every day for months I would be running. I would run on my free time. I would run at work. I would run as much as I could just because I knew how bad I sucked at running. Why did you join the Marines? Okay, so initially I wanted to join the Army, and I met the Army and they kind of blew me off when they spoke to me. They didn't really have much confidence when they talked to me, and I noticed a lot of them were and I noticed that they were overweight, and I didn't want to have anything to do with that. I met a Marine who was in his dress blue deltas, and I don't know if you've ever seen a Marine in their dress uniform, but we look good. And so there's this Marine who's in his dress blue deltas, and he hops up on the pull-up bar, and he just starts busting out pull-ups. Meanwhile, while the Army is in, just regular you know, camis. And the Marine that I spoke to was, you know, arrogant, haughty, prideful. He just knew that he was all that in a bag of chips. And um, if anything that can sell me is confidence. If you have confidence, you could sell me a bottle of water for $10 if you were confident enough about it. So I admired his confidence, and I loved the way that he looked in his uniform, and I just thought, like, that's gonna be me. Like, I don't care what it takes, that's gonna be me. So all in all, I guess you could say that I was attracted to the self-confidence that he had because that's what I wanted. I liked the way that the uniform looked. I liked the way that he spoke and the way that he carried himself. And um, it's almost like you're not going to become something that you don't look up to. Ethnicity and race are you? My race is black and my ethnicity is Puerto Rican. My mom is Puerto Rican and my dad is black. What can help me lose weight? Any kind of caloric deficit, drinking more water, HIIT training, cardio. Those are some ways that you can lose weight. I don't believe in taking any kind of magic pill or potion to help you lose weight. It takes hard work and discipline and making conscious choices throughout the day, deciding to take the stairs when you could take an elevator, drinking water before and during your meal can help you feel more, to have satiety. Um, there's just a lot of things that we could be doing to help us lose weight. We like to take the easy way out of everything and just, you know, pop a pill and forget about it and then just live our lives daily with the bad choices that we make. So you can lose weight in a lot of ways. Cardio doesn't kill your gains. It actually helps them a lot more. And depending on where people gain weight, first, most people gain weight in their abdomen, and that's where the fat will leave from. You're not going to lose fat from your butt right away. It'll go from your stomach and then your face and then to other places. That's usually how it works. But if you've noticed that you have like even if you're like not, I guess, like, you know, overweight or heavy and you're trying to lose weight, if your face is like puffy and swollen, your face retains water. So in other words, you're dehydrated and you need to drink more water. What did you do before personal training? I actually was in welding school, trade school for 9 months, and I didn't like it. And I just couldn't see myself being miserable for the rest of my life. Doing something that's not really good for your lungs, for your back, for your neck, and getting blinded multiple times a day and getting burned and having your hair almost get burned off. So welding wasn't for me. How do you keep your clients motivated and committed? Okay, so before the nitty gritty, before training starts, what's done is called a Part Q. And in this Part Q, it's a series of questions that I ask the client before training them. And it's very in-depth medical history, training history, likes of exercises, dislikes of exercises, just anything pertaining to them in fitness. And they tell me their goals, and I take mental notes of everything. If they don't like to do something, I know that gets neglected, so they're going to do that workout with me. So I would take mental notes and I would take physical notes, and if they've made any kind of progress or improvements, had it been even the tiniest bit during the next session or later on during different sets, I will let them know, like, hey, you're doing a really good job in this before, and you start off a little shaky, and now your stability is a lot better. Or, hey, you started doing this, or you got better at holding, you know, whatever the case may be, they got better at something, no matter how tiny it be. I let them know and I remind them, like, hey, I know this isn't something that you like to do, but you're getting really good at it, and one day you're gonna like it because you're just getting better and better every single day that we work out together. So just reminding them of the progress, or just letting them know the progress that they've made. And I think what's a really good thing as a personal trainer is when a client, when you can tell that a client has progressed and that you're able to pretty much amp up the training and make it slightly more difficult for them, and seeing them overcome that and letting them know, like, hey, when we first started, like, you weren't able to do this, and now you're able to do, you know, whatever else it is, but like times whatever. Like, you were lacking in this, and now you're, you know, proficient in it, and I'm very proud of you, and I've taken note of that, and like, you're just getting better and better every single day. What have you found to be the most difficult thing to do as a trainer? Getting clients to show up on time. I've trained people where they would show up late every single day that we had a training session. And even if the time was pushed back to a time that they chose, they would still show up very late. And 15-20 minutes is not a very long time, but it is time that's wasted when work can be getting done. Whenever I would train the clients that I had, I would have them foam roll, and we would do our dynamic warm up together. But when they would show up late, they wouldn't stretch or foam roll or anything, and I had to kind of do that with them. And that's not really what I wanted to be doing, because they should have been taking care of that on their own. But just getting clients to show up on time, like, that's been really difficult, and that is really, really annoying. So if you have a personal trainer or a doctor's appointment, or, you know, a job interview, don't show up late. Show up on time or show up early. While in the Marine Corps, I picked up a lot of injuries here and there, so my training style is a little bit different, and I can't do a lot of the crazy things that I was able to do before, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean I can't coach somebody and walk somebody else through whatever training that it is that I've designed for them. Warm-ups for shoulder pain. Okay, so I have what's called crepitus in both of my shoulders, or what's called creaky joints. It's like a form of arthritis, and I know this when I go to the gym a lot, that I see people while I'm foam rolling. I see people, they come to the gym and they go to the weight rack right away. They don't do a proper warm up or anything. They get straight to lifting weights, and then I see a lot of this going on, and I think you could have just warmed up for 5 minutes and avoided that completely. Not even 5 minutes, excuse me, like 10 to 15 minutes, and you would have been fine. So let's say you're doing a dumbbell front raise, right? You can stand on the middle of a resistance band and do a front raise with a resistance band. And you can do that for however many reps until everything's warmed up, and then switch to doing whatever exercise with the resistance band. So imagine you want to do any kind of shoulder workout with a dumbbell. You can do the same thing, but with a resistance band. And then after you're completely warmed up, then go do those movements with the dumbbells, you know, a lighter set of dumbbells, and then progress your way up and get everything warmed up. Because a lot of the times we work out with cold muscles and then we wonder why we're injured. So don't be like the people that I see at the gym. Do a proper warm up. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment any questions that you may have for me later, and I'll do my best to get back to them later. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy Friday the 13th.